In 1944, the US Army did something crazy. They put together the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, but they didn't recruit battle-hardened snipers or elite paratroopers. Instead, they went to art schools, advertising agencies, and theaters in New York and Philadelphia. They recruited painters, architects, actors, and sound technicians. Among them were future legends like fashion designer Bill Blass and minimalist artist Ellsworth Kelly. Their mission? Not to fight the enemy, but to completely deceive them. Armed with a budget and total secrecy, they went to Europe to put on a deadly show. They deployed hundreds of inflatable rubber tanks, trucks, jeeps, and airplanes. From a distance or from a German reconnaissance plane, these dummies looked 100% real. The artists would even paint fake camo netting over them and use bulldozers to create fake tank tracks in the mud leading up to the rubber vehicles, making the illusion airtight. Their radio operators created fake networks. They mimicked the specific fist, the unique typing, rhythm of actual operators from Real, divisions that were miles away. They would broadcast fake orders, knowing the Germans were listening, completely throwing them off the scent of where the actual American troops were. This was perhaps the riskiest part. Actors would go into local French or Belgian cafes wearing the uniforms and shoulder patches of real elite divisions. They would purposely drink, chat loosely, and spread rumors, knowing that German spies in the cafes would overhear them and report the secret troop movement. The Ghost Army pulled off over 20 large-scale operations, often operating right on the front lines just a few hundred yards from the enemy. Their most legendary moment came during Operation Viersen in March 1945. The Allies needed to cross the Rhine River to push deep into Germany. The Ghost Army was ordered to pretend to be the 30th and 79th Divisions, roughly 30,000 men. In reality, there were only about 1,100 artists and audio guys. They set up hundreds of inflatable tanks, blasted the sounds of assembly, and ran fake radio traffic. The trick worked perfectly. The Germans moved their entire defense to crush this massive army. Meanwhile, the real US Army crossed the Rhine virtually, unopposed exactly, where the Germans didn't expect them, saving an estimated 10,000 American lives in a single night. When the war ended, the men of the Ghost Army were told to go home and never speak a word of what they did, not even to their wives or children. Their records were locked away. If the Cold War turned hot, the US military wanted to use these tricks again. It wasn't until 1996 that the government finally declassified the unit's exploits. And finally, in 2022, the remaining survivors were awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian honor in the United States. They proved that sometimes, in the middle of history's most brutal war, a little bit of imagination could save thousands of lives.